Well, school in the fall might look a lot like school in the spring. Students were forced to be schooled virtually. Our Kanisha D spoke with school leaders about what they learned regarding school being learned virtually and what they need to do to move forward.
Virtual learning proving to be a learning curve for many students and teachers across the Tennessee Valley. I spoke with school district leaders on options for this fall.
We learned that if we're going to provide virtual education, it has to be a very competent, strong series of lessons where students learn, where they're tested, where they're graded, and where they excel in that education.
Tim Hall with Madison County Schools says the district learned a lot last spring by providing students with digital backpacks.
Basically what we did was, if you were in the 4th grade, we wanted your student ready for the 5th grade.
Madison County Schools say the fall session may be traditional learning, virtual education with a homeschool, or students can enroll in Madison County Virtual Academy.
If we find out that a number of students attend virtually, that means if you're a student at Hazel Green, you stay in the Hazel Green school system, but you attend virtually.
The final say is really up to the Alabama State Department of Education. Huntsville City Schools also went digital by providing an online blended learning plan.
It was also kind of a bit of an adjustment for us in terms of refining and nailing down the ways in which we engage in teaching and learning.
Craig Williams says the scenario this fall may be students meeting face-to-face, blended learning with a staggered schedule, or virtual learning depending on the trend of COVID-19 cases. Williams says there's a difference between virtual learning and the district's new Huntsville Virtual Academy for grades K through 12.
But if you are in the Huntsville Virtual Academy, that means from first day of school onward, you are fully online.
School districts can expect to hear from the state by the end of this week about alternative virtual learning. Putting the Valley first, Kanisha D, WZDX News.